Good afternoon. I'm Scott. I'm the investigator.
Excellent.
And you are?
Mr. Green.
Mr. Green. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me.
I'm not sure I had much of a choice, but I'm happy to help out the boys in blue however I can.
Wonderful. I'm curious what type of work you do.
I work for the Republican Party, gather votes, get our members elected.
Do you do that in this area or?
Primarily in Washington.
How did you end up here tonight?
I received a letter. It was rather cryptic, I guess. Talked about would be to my financial benefit to be here this evening. I didn't know if it was a timeshare or something along those lines. Maybe I had won a prize. I knew that it was a nice big house. I was curious and wanted to see what it was all about.
Financial benefit, a prize or something like that. Not everybody gets a letter like that too often. And
Agreed.
Then asked to come all this way out from Washington, D.C.
Figured the worst thing that happens is I lose a weekend. But
good enough. Get a free weekend in a nice mansion.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Spent worse weekends.
Yep, I hear you there. How about the other guests? Did you know any of them before you got here?
No.
How about Mr. Body? Did you know him at all?
No. I didn't even know that this was his house.
Of course, you know I've been talking with most of the other guests.
Yes.
And I've gotten a lot of information. More than one have confided in me that the reason they got the letter was because Mr. Body was blackmailing them.
I certainly didn't know that at the time. There's many things, I suppose, that people could try and use as leverage over things. It's one of those you enter into financial agreements. I don't like to use the term blackmail. That that has kind of a negative. There are certain things, especially dealing with politics like I do, that you end up dealing with media and journalists and things like that to try and ensure that the proper image is maintained. I don't know that I would use the term blackmail.
When tonight did you find out that was what you were here for?
Well, we were all in the study. That is when Wadsworth, that's the butler, introduced Mr. Body, who then said that he had been blackmailing all of us.
Wow.
There were some details regarding on who was being blackmailed and some of the details of why they were being blackmailed.
What about you?
My details, I assumed that it had to do with, Republican Party and politics, 1950s, not very conducive to certain lifestyle choices, should I say. They alluded that was part of the reason.
I see. How'd that make you feel?
Well, not fantastic, of course.
If I were to ask the other guests, is there any reason other than the blackmail that they would say you might have killed Mr. Body?
I mean, the guilty party would probably suggest someone else. I mean, I know I didn't do it. There are a few that I would imagine would spin quite a yarn, if you will.
I also understand that each one of you received a gift tonight.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
That was a bit odd. Handed a box, told to unwrap it, and received a fairly large lead pipe.
My goodness.
The colonel, he received a wrench, so I didn't know if we were part of the night was us going to be working on some plumbing. That's the only thing I could surmise, but it didn't really fit with any of the other gifts that were presented. And I'm not really dressed, obviously, for plumbing.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not, yeah. Where were you when Mr. Body was killed?
In the study.
Was anybody else with you?
Everyone else was with me.
Everyone?
Certainly.
And then what happened?
He suggested that we might want to alleviate ourselves of potential financial liabilities, helping him with a certain problem he had. He wanted us to potentially convince or injure Wadsworth, the butler.
And why Wadsworth?
The financial obligation was greater, and that if Wadsworth was no longer part of the equation, the payments wouldn't be as much or possibly not at all.
Oh, and then what happened after?
I suppose to encourage us not to know who maybe would be capable of such an act, lights were turned off. In the confusion of the lights, there was yelling and a gunshot, and it was awful.
When the lights came back on, what did you see?
I saw a body lying on the floor.
Would it surprise you that someone told me that your body, that there was a lead pipe involved also in his demise?
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. No, everyone in the confusion, I think, at one point in the evening dropped the weapon and no longer had the weapon that they originally did.
So how was the lead pipe used to kill Mr. Body?
Well, we were distracted after this because we heard screaming, which, come to find out, this is the maid. We went to check on what was going on with the maid. When we returned to the study, Mr. Body's body was missing.
Oh, missing?
Yes.
But his body was rediscovered.
Yes, it had been placed, and the lead pipe had apparently been used to assault him.
Who do you think killed Mr. Body?
Oh, jeez. I certainly don't want her to hear this, but if just between you and me, the stories we heard about Mrs. White, several husbands, all dying under mysterious circumstances. She also seemed oddly comfortable around Mr. Body's body.
Okay.
As though, I mean, I was terrified, but she seemed oddly comfortable with it.
I've got some other folks that I need to interview.
Certainly.
It's going to be a long night, and I apologize for that. But I'm going to need you to stick around here in the manor, and if I need to speak with you again, do you mind talking with me?
No, I'm happy to. The other guests aren't going to know that I said anything, are they?
Well, they'll know that you talked to me, but they're not going
Sure.
to know the specifics of our conversation.
Okay. All right. Then that's
Okay?
that's
Is
fine.
that a good? Officer? He must be on coffee break. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
No, I'm happy to help.